Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Mondays with Mark Allen. I have with me Pauli+Kiuru of Finland. Pauli, welcome. People may not remember, but you gave me one of the toughest challenges to winning an Ironman ever back in 1993. You probably remember that race.
Thanks inviting me. I really appreciate it. And of course, I remember what happened in 93. I'm still recovering.
Pauli had I think at one point you were 7.5 minutes ahead of me on the marathon and you were pulling away, and I thought, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can catch him.
But you did.
I did.
Like always.
It finally, the pass came in the energy lab as we were heading back out to get back on the Queen K highway. And I'll never forget, there was a moment where I realized, okay, I am going to be able to pass him. And as I went by you, and let me know if you remember this, I felt bad, on one level, because we had such an amazing battle that day, but I knew that I was probably going to be able to win it at that point. And when I came up behind you, I just like put my hand on your back for a moment, kind of like saying, hey, I honor you. I appreciate you. It's an amazing race, and keep going. And just that moment where I gave you that touch, all of a sudden I could feel your energy come back up, and I'm like, oh no, I blew it. I should have just gone by him.
But I remember it well, and it was good touch, fair play and friendship and sportsmanship was part of the game, and the best one won. But it was a good race, yes, tough race. I gave it all what I had.
You did, and what's interesting is that I think that just what you said, it was a good race and it was friendship. And for me, that's the great thing about sport, is that it brings people from all over the world together to have this competition, but at the same time to honor each other and what we've done to get there. I think it's a great way to bring people together.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I think sport is the biggest peace movement what we can have. It really brings people together in most cases, and I still have good friends. For example, I send mails and messages with Peter Kropko occasionally. In fact, quite often right now. John Hellemans in New Zealand and Scott Molina occasionally. Happy birthday, Scott, and so on. So I think that's the main idea of sport: bring us together, give all what you have fair play, and so on.
And for those of you who don't know, Pauli is in the Parliament in Finland now. How many years have you been doing this?
Since 2011. This is my third term, and one term is 4 years, so almost 11 years. And the next election takes place in next April, not this year but next year. So I'm in.
Well, congratulations. What got you interested to go from being a triathlete to being in politics in your country?
You mean what is the difference, or what did I learn from triathlon?
Well, first, what inspired you to become a politician?
Oh yeah, okay, yes. I have had a lot of interest to politics and society and or economics and things like that. As far I can remember, I'm also a qualified teacher for high schools and college to teach history and social sciences. I haven't been, but I'm qualified. After I qualified 88, in the next day I was in plane traveling to Australia, to Gold Coast. So I haven't been teacher, but I'm qualified. So I have a lot of interest, and that's way of life right now. There's many similarities between triathlon and politics.
What are those?
Well, you have to have plan, you have to focus, you have to work hard. You have election years, and whenever you have a big election, for example, election to Parliament, it's like getting ready for Ironman. It's very stressful. It takes all out. It's a very, very heavy effort.
Well, I'm sure you know a lot about pacing.
Well, yes, I know, of course, and pacing and preparing, getting ready, focusing, and of course how to handle pain and pressure, because there's so much pressure in politics and in elections involved. So that's part of the business. Of course, in politics you have to have goals. In triathlon we had goals. In triathlon, in sport, it's a little bit easier because the finish line is the goal. But in politics you have so many goals and they are moving all the time to different directions. Hard to follow.
Maybe there's no end point, really.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, and situations change so rapidly. In this week you have different topics on agenda, and in the next week it's history, and you have a new challenge, new situation on your table.
Well, we're certainly making history at the moment. When you got into Parliament in 2011, did you ever imagine you would be making decisions on a situation like you're having to right now?
Not really. This is a very special situation, very stressful situation, distressing, and I thought what I have studied history and things like that, it's only history, and I don't have to worry that kind of things in my life. But things change rapidly, and that's what we have right now. It's not only problem of Ukraine, it's problem of the EU, and it's problem of USA as well. And of course it's problem of NATO countries.
Yeah, you know, it's one of the wars that at least in my mind everybody is aware of more than any other time. I was not alive during World War II, let's say, so I can't say to that, but for sure this feels like it's affecting everybody in ways that maybe we've never seen before.
Yes, that's right, and because in most countries, most people trust peace. We trust that we have agreements and we behave well, and we obey all agreements. Right now, it's all gone. There's no trust, no loyalty between countries, and nobody seems to know what will happen. All what we have is war propaganda and misinformation and stuff like that.
I guess it would be kind of like you and I racing each other in the Ironman, and me deciding that I didn't like having you in the race, and I push you off your bike. I'm not honoring the agreements of that competition.
But yes, there's so many negotiations on right now in EU and between NATO countries and between Sweden and Finland. And And of course, we have 6 EU countries, which are not full membership countries of NATO. We are friendship countries, so that kind of negotiations are happening right now between all partners. So,
well, good.
I hope Finland will be a full member of NATO as soon as possible. That's what I have said so many 15 years. But
yeah, good luck with those negotiations. If you were to look into the future and how do you see this coming to a close? How do you see this war ending? I know it's hard to say, hard to predict, but how could it possibly end, let's say?
Well, that's a big question. Nobody seems to know. Well, first we have to get some kind of a ceasefire and negotiations. War is never a good solution. But I think EU countries don't trust Russian anymore, and it means that there's no trade between EU and Russian and so on. So it's not good for us, but it's not good for them. It's not good for anyone. But I don't know. Maybe we have a coup in Russian. Hopefully, something will happen, because I think, and I'm quite sure that the majority of Russian citizens don't like the idea of what's happening right now. Of course, they have to read and listen what their local media says, and there's so much misinformation available. But I think majority of Russians don't want to see war.
Well, maybe we could have all the world leaders get together and do an Ironman, and whoever wins, they get to go home with glory, but no prisoners, and just call it a day.
Well, we should find some more friendly ways to solve problems, because right now we are losing so much resources, so much wealthy, prosperity, and what we get is mistrust, lost opportunities, and so on. And of course, so many people are lose their lives and get injured and so on. So,
wow. Well,
I couldn't believe what happened.
I wish you all the best of luck in helping rebuilding that trust and rebuilding that prosperity for everybody, and that hopefully there will be a good resolution soon. Good luck with it, Pauli, and great chatting with you today.
Thanks, Mark. Okay, have a good week.
All right, you too, and let us know how it goes over there. Everybody, Mondays with Mark Allen, Pauli+Kiuru, one of the greatest Ironman distance triathletes of all time. Again, somebody who gave me an incredible race for my money in 1993. If you haven't seen that race, check it out. Thanks for showing up. Be safe, everybody, and we'll speak with you soon.